I'm glad to have everybody on. Nick and I were just talking about the webinar that Mike, me, and him were just on, and they both rocked it. If you didn't, yeah, 2 thumbs up from Cassidy too. It was really good. You guys did a great job. I knew the information was awesome, but you really presented it really well, and we had some great interactions, like some really good questions that went along with everything. So I'm really happy with that. Good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had to leave 15 minutes early to sub for Flow, but I really want to watch the end of it when you post the replay.
So I just posted it,
like already
right before I got on.
Fast.
I know, I'm on it. No, but I just posted it, and I'll send the replay to everybody that's registered for Fitways. Christy, you missed it? Yeah, so Christy, I'm sending that along either this afternoon or early tomorrow. But my plan too is we were talking about some circuit training, right? And tomorrow is a Tabata workout for all the Fitways folks. And I'm planning on, I'll put this in the email too. I'm planning on doing that Tabata workout for my CubeFit strength tomorrow. So if people want some camaraderie and want to try something new but don't want to do it alone, then I'll be knocking it out with you, and I'm sure a bunch of other people that were on today and want some other people to suffer with, right? So Christy, you're on CubeFit Bites. No worries, I love CubeFit Bites. And also, if you go onto the webinar, there was some great resources from Jessica too. She's always really good about sharing some great resources. So all kinds of great information there. But enough with that stuff. What do you guys want to talk about today? I know we've been talking about all the exercise already today, but do we have any questions to start off with? From anybody?
Favorite summer produce at the moment? I think I'm really into cherries right now.
Cherries? Not grapes like last Thursday? You gotta go from
I actually have some frozen grapes right now. I had to freeze some grapes after that conversation.
I love cherries too. I've been, as far as fruit, I've been having a lot of like blackberries and raspberries. Those are really good. Strawberries are in season too. I love fruit. I can do any of that. Watermelon. As far as vegetables, I've been doing a lot of peppers and just like kind of basic broccoli, because you can get those bags that you just throw in the microwave for like 4 minutes and you have like a bowl of broccoli. And so I do that too. What do you guys think? What are your go-tos?
I just got some strawberries, and I've been making my protein shakes. I've been adding those strawberries into my protein shakes with half a banana. Yeah, that's probably something I've added recently.
That sounds good. Those are some OG fruits right there. You can't go wrong with strawberries and bananas for sure. Anybody else? Any other go-tos?
Big Honeycrisp apple guy.
Ooh, that sounds good. I was
tough
watching.
to find here and there, and
yeah.
Go ahead, David.
That's really funny that you say that, because I was watching that show on Netflix last night with Zac Efron on it. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he like don't make that face, Austin. He like travels all around and looks at like different ways that different cultures live, and like sustainable ways of living, and like different, like some of the healthiest cultures in the world. And one of his like pit stops was in New York, and he was at the at like this cider place, but like a hard cider place. I forget what's the big one. Does anybody know? Of course, nobody knows.
Probably it's a cider place in New York. It's probably something stereotypical like Big Apple cidery or something.
Yeah, I can't. It's like the main one, but they were showing how they make all the apples there, and there's these huge fields of Honeycrisp apples. Those are my favorite kind.
Yep. I will say the plot to High School Musical has changed a lot since the last time I watched it, but I'm glad you filled us in on that, David.
Dang, you caught me.
But it's It's actually kind of sad because ever since I've been eating Honeycrisps, like as far as apples go, it's really tough to like enjoy other apples. It's very a weird thing, but they are so good. And it's really sad because they are a lot harder to find in Colorado than they were in Boise.
Mm,
I was
yeah.
gonna say the first time I picked an apple off an apple tree, which was like my freshman year of college, was like a miracle. I don't know. It was just like the weirdest thing because I grew up in Hawaii, and the only way you can get apples in Hawaii is from the grocery store. So like,
Right.
you mean this grows from a tree?
That's
It was a
awesome.
fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like I went to a buddy's orchard in Washington. They're about 5 hours northeast of Portland, Vancouver. And like they gave us just a box of Honeycrisp to take home, and they were just the best apples I've ever had, just straight from the orchard. And now in Colorado, they are significantly more difficult to find.
I believe it. Yeah. Yeah. Honeycrisp apples. That's good. I need to get that back in the rotation.
I can't wait for fall like produce, squash. I
Yeah.
love squash.
Do all the basic stuff and go pick pumpkins and pick apples. Right. Yeah, I'm with you there. But I remember Angry Orchard. That's like the top one. That's really it was on the tip of my tongue.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard
For
cider.
sure. What's that?
Hard cider.
Hard cider, yeah. Fun fact that I learned last night is that like apples were used to make cider before people actually made or actually ate the raw apple in the States. I didn't know that. Like people turned it into cider before they thought to just eat the apple. That sounds pretty American, especially if it's hard hard cider. But yeah, I thought that was cool. But good stuff, everybody. Nick, sorry, I'm looking at your picture and it's rad, man. You see him in the overhead squat. Is that you doing a snatch in competition, Nick?
Yeah, that was a competition pick from a couple years ago.
Very cool.
My opener.
Gotta have gotta have overhead stability and mobility for that. I'm sure you work on that a lot.
That took a while, but once you have it and you just keep at it, it's not too bad. The rest comes with just being skilled, which
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm finding that now that I have a rack in my garage, I'm just slowly like taking it back to basics and just front squatting and back squatting and doing my RDLs and deadlifts and going much lighter than I would because I was without even like heavy dumbbells really, and definitely not a barbell for a long time. So I'm getting a lot out of going way lighter than I would have months ago, and really enjoying it because you got to really fine tune those basic movement patterns.
what would you say easiest that you're getting back in versus which movement is like harder to get back now?
Easiest movement getting back to?
Yeah.
Easiest movement to get back to as far as the lower body has been back squats for sure. Just because front squats, getting in that front rack position is weird if you haven't been there. I've been doing goblets and stuff like that. So just getting up underneath it, even that first week was kind of odd. You have to relearn that stuff if you haven't been doing it. As far as the pulls, I've been doing a lot of hinges. So deadlifting from the floor has been different. It's just a new feel to everything. Again, I've been pressing, but not with a barbell. So I went and did incline presses for the first time this year, and the soreness was so crazy. Again, not going as heavy as I would, just like making sure my tempo is good and everything's under control, and the DOMS was crazy for sure.
We have a question in the chat box. So you mentioned smoothies. I have trouble with consistency. I like the texture of Smoothie King, but can't get my home blend the same. Any suggestions?
Oh man, if we all.
I don't know if I've had Smoothie King before. Is it similar
really?
to Jamba Juice?
I don't know that I've had Jamba Juice before.
What?
I would guess they're similar. I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Chrissy. I don't know their special formula. I wish I did, but I know what you mean though. The problem with those places, they just add. I feel like they add so much sugar to make that consistency good, to make it taste good. Obviously, there's going to be a good amount of sugar that comes with fruits, anyways. But along with the fiber alongside, that's fine. Where you're kind of getting derailed a little bit as if you're using mixes with all kinds of added sugars and stuff like that. Man, I wish I had a better answer for you. I don't really make smoothies around here. So do you have anything, Cassidy?
Well, one thing I've noticed, and I don't know, if you're like me, you like that thick texture, like almost like ice cream, rather than like drinking like a liquid juice. And if that's what you mean, just using frozen fruits and vegetables and using less liquid. So like David was saying, like less juice and more of the actual fruit, that might make it, and it makes it thicker too. Yeah, frozen bananas, just everything you have frozen usually helps to make it thicker. I don't know if that's what you mean or not, but
Right
that's
on.
what I find. I like that better.
That's a good question. Man,
Yeah,
I think, go ahead, Christy.
I'm that it's too thick at home.
Oh, okay.
It's too thick. Oh, okay.
Too thick, yes, because I mix some frozen and some fresh, and then I add some ice in there, but it's still just so thick I can't even get it through a straw.
Do you think it's because of the ice too? I mean, obviously you want it cold too, so you want to have some ice in there.
Right, but I'd like it a little bit more thin. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even suck it through a straw, so.
I guarantee you Jessica has the answer to this question. So I would
Yeah.
follow up with her.
Okay.
She
All
knows
right.
Maybe
things
just make
nature.
adding more liquid. So I said less liquid. I don't know.
Yeah. So what do y'all use? Like orange juice or just water or what?
I actually, when I was in Hawaii, I was using pineapple juice. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other smoothie people on the line? I don't really make smoothies here at the house. I just eat the raw fruit. Nick, what do you do? You said you had some strawberries and bananas.
Yeah, mine are more protein shakes though. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Do you use whey protein or something different?
Yeah, mine I use whey protein. My roommate actually gave me hers because it was not too well for her skin, so she had to go to this like vegan one. So we have like several types of proteins in our house. But yeah, I use standard whey, and I mix that with some water, ice. I put in half. I used to put a full banana, but that's way too many calories. So now I got half. And then yesterday's I put 3 strawberries in there. I'll put cinnamon as well. And then sometimes I'll put some oats in there as well. So just some dry oats, mix it in.
Okay.
It's kind of been my go-to.
Mike, were you gonna add something?
I have been having some internet signal, so I lost my signal and I missed the first half of the topic, but I'm hearing discussion about smoothies. Is that correct?
Yeah, so Christy was asking how to get the consistency right, kind of more like Smoothie King or something like that for at-home smoothies, and if we had any advice for that.
A really good blender. But
That's
other
true.
I got a Ninja.
Yeah, well, that would probably do it. I know the blenders that they use at like the Jamba Juice, those things are just blenders on steroids. Those things whip up everything. So that might be part of it. But I think probably just less bulk or more liquids. I don't get into much smoothie making, but I do like juicing, and my favorite concoction is a blend of apple, orange, carrot, and spinach. And it looks like I mean, it's an awful color, but it tastes really good. The apple juice helps. The apple and the carrot blend well together. The spinach gives you all the good stuff. Yeah. So not much smoothies, but apples, oranges, carrots, and spinach is a good combination for juicing.
Okay. That's funny that you say smoothies versus all the carrots, apples, and stuff. Because when I think of smoothies, I think of putting all that stuff in there versus, the spinach, the carrots, and everything. So to you, there's a difference?
I guess the difference would be you're actually going to be getting more fiber if you're getting a bulk of the vegetables or fruits that you're blending up. You're going to be getting a lot of the stuff that I wouldn't get if I'm only juicing it. Like if I put everything through a juicer, I'm going to be getting that concentrated juice, but I'm going to be lacking the fiber. So I'm still going to be getting the minerals and vitamins. But I mean, part of the big benefit is all the fiber that you get, especially like from spinach. So there's pros, there's give and take with it.
Gotcha. Have you tried chia seeds? I believe those are good form of fiber, right?
They are. I personally don't like them. I've never had them in something that I've enjoyed, but I know a lot of people do enjoy those chia seeds.
Okay.
Gives a little bit more bulk.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that a good blender goes a long way. I think those Ninja ones work really well. You get into there's the Vitamix, I believe it is. Those are the high dollar ones. Those are like a $400 something or another blender, and those will pretty much blend anything. And I think that'll get you the consistency more of like a Jamba Juice than just even a standard Ninja blender would do.
Good stuff. Yeah, that's a great way to get a bunch of healthy nutrients all at once. You know, just get them down the pipe. For me, if I'm doing more of a cutting period, I like enjoying the food. You know, if you're having less food, like if you're trying to lose weight, I like the act of like crunching on something, you know, or like taking your time eating. Those can go a long ways to kind of being satiated. So on the opposite end of the spectrum, anytime where I'm trying to gain, that's where I find myself like really having higher calorie meals and trying to just get calories down, even if I'm sick of eating. And that's when I'll kind of go to the liquid meal type of deal. But that's just me. Cool.
I'm like you, David. I would rather eat the food. There was some kind of background noise. I'd rather eat the food, so that's why sometimes I'll make it a thicker smoothie bowl and then put like granola, maybe fresh fruit on top of it, because then you get that active eating.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did a lot of hand movements there.
Definitely a lot more filling that way as well, rather than just the juice part of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Back to the great outdoors, huh?
I'm going to try this one more time, see if I keep my signal. It's too nice to not be outside today.
Fair.
Definitely not hot like it is here, obviously.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Christy, you and I are in it together. And I'm teaching these classes outside too. If it's sunny, I'm committed, you know? So.
What are you guys at today?
What's that?
What are you guys at today?
Let me look. I know we're in the mid 90s. Let's see.
We're
98. 98, and it's 39% humidity, so it feels like 107.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. But that's how summer is here. Get used to it.
So say you had an extensive workout yesterday and your triceps are just extremely sore. What's a good tricep stretch? I usually do, the old yay here, yay here, yay here rotation kind of thing. But like I know there's some other ones I keep forgetting. The wall hold is a good one too.
Mike is laughing very guiltily in the corner over there.
He's giggling over there.
I know nothing. I know nothing.
I mean, they're a lot better than they were this morning. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I thought that was purely hypothetical. You mean?
Oh yeah,
that's
purely
you?
hypothetical. Just hypothetically, they're better than they were this morning.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys about this. We'll get into discussion here real quick. I want to tell you guys about this workout yesterday. So when I'm programming for kettlebell class, rarely do we do the same workout twice or ever. I like keeping everything new and fresh. It's a little bit more challenging with the lack of equipment. Right now, everyone's either got a kettlebell or a dumbbell. So stuff has been pretty repetitive. So I've been trying to get creative with programming, and I always write my own programming. But I've got a couple idols in the kettlebell world that I follow, and one guy, he'll just randomly post workouts saying, "You guys got to try this," and then he'll post the workout. And he posted one of those right before kettlebell class yesterday, and it was one of those where I was looking at it on paper, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how long this is going to take. Well, Austin's coming to kettlebell class, so good opportunity for him to figure it out for me. It was, I'm trying to remember back to that work. So you had a quota of 300 Russian kettlebell swings to do, but it was also an EMOM fashion. So at the top of each minute, at the top of minute 1, you had to set the kettlebell down. You do 1 burpee, and then you pick the bell and you continue doing your reps. At the top of minute 2, you set the bell down and you do 2 burpees. At the top of minute 3, you do 3 burpees. Top of minute 4, you do 4 burpees, and you continue adding to your total until you get to 300 repetitions. I did not see how 300 reps is ever going to be possible, because you're going to come to a point where you're spending a lot more time doing burpees than you are actually doing the Russian swings. When you get to the double digits, 11, 12, there's no time for swings. So I was just wondering how it was going to work. Austin went ahead and had fun yesterday, and we decided to call it quits at 200 rep count, because that was enough. But the amount of burpees that we were doing, it was 10 minutes, I believe. And by the time you're only getting 2 or 3 swings in per minute. But we finished early, so we did the same format. We could do an overhead press where the goal was 200, Austin. And same thing, but we substituted a burpee for a jump squat, and triceps are a little bit sore right now.
Oh man, that'll do, Donkey. That'll do. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so many reps, man. That's
It's
crazy.
so many reps.
So your triceps
so
are feeling
many
it now,
reps.
Austin, and you need something. Okay. So kind of simple if you're just doing body weight. I do this bad boy right here, right? Where you're getting lats.
Oh, I forgot that one. That's a great one.
Yeah, just both sides like that. Try to keep your head up. Yeah. Hold that for 30 seconds to a minute each. That'll help for a little stretch. You get a little lats in there too. A big thing for me, if I've talked about how I've had little like elbow tweaks every once in a while too. People think about rolling out these major muscle groups and forget that you can roll out your forearms and your biceps and your shoulders and your triceps and stuff like that. I do that all the time, and I've started reintroducing that, and my elbow pain is like non-existent, even after like doing more barbell work now. Just up and down your triceps, up and down your biceps, brachialis, all in that forearm. That goes a long way.
Yeah. A little bit of rollout, because I have the lacrosse ball for Emily's release CubeFit.
Perfect.
So
and I would say this too. I'll do a little foam roll getting ready for a training session, and I'll just kind of get everything like really quickly, just going over it, maybe like 30 seconds each area. If you're really trying to get into the fascia, deeper into that fascia, you want to spend at least 2 minutes wherever you're at. So spend 2 minutes on one side of your tricep, 2 minutes on the other side of your tricep. Another thing you can do to get deeper in there, I've been doing this with my back, is the like contract, relax, where you're super tight and then you breathe out, relax, so you can get deeper into that muscle tissue. Do that.
Yeah. Can't believe I forgot the overhead elbow one. That's honestly one of the best tricep stretches of all.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that one's good. Cool.
Yeah, no, we did that, and we got a guy who is a beast in that class, like straight up beast. And I got to 200 before him, and I called it. Like I just kind of fell down on the floor, and he kept going. He wanted to see if he could make the 300. So I got up to try and like go with him, and I wasn't getting any more swings in. I was just doing burpees, and then the minute would come, and I would just keep doing burpees while he was going.
Savagery. I like it.
Oh, it was great.
It was fun.
We're doing that again once your finger's healed, right?
next week. I plan on returning next week. I think I'm going to be good. I'm going to keep it to an 8 kilo and nothing more than that.
Next week's too soon. I need at least a week more.
I think I've got, oh, for you personally.
Yes. I mean, no, for you, for your health. That's
I have been very, very inactive while my finger's been healing, and I miss it. I miss it a lot. I really do.
So Mike, what's your plan for return since you're kind of coming back in a week or so? What's your plan to get back in the swing of things?
My goal is to not allow myself to do too much too soon. I'm very guilty of doing that several times in my past. I'm going to take it easy, so I'll be joining everybody, but I'm just going to keep the repetitions lighter. If the goal is a set of 50, I might go 25, I might go 30. It might just depend on how I'm feeling, but I'm going to keep the weight light. I'm going to start with an 8 kilo next week. If that's the plan on Monday, the plan is to go to a 10 kilo on Wednesday and ultimately a 12 kilo on Friday. And if my finger's not too happy after an 8 kilo, I'll probably take Tuesday, Wednesday off, maybe try to get on Thursday. It's trial and error at this point. I want to see what I'm capable of doing. Strength is good. I can make a fist, but there's a lot of pressure. You're holding on with a lot of force when you're swinging a kettlebell. So it's different than just grip strength. So we'll see. But the plan is just to not overdo it, to listen to my body. I'm very guilty of not listening to my body, and I need to take my own advice and listen to my body and start slow and progress as my body tells me I'm okay.
Good plan. Slow and steady wins the race with all that type of stuff. Any adaptations that we talk about in this class or any of the fitness things, they take time. It's not an overnight thing. If they didn't, then everybody would be walking around swole. Right. So yeah, definitely take your time getting back in the swing.
It's a good reminder when you see, I never see anyone injured, obviously, but it's a good reminder even when you see professional athletes having to take downtime. It shows that, I mean, even someone at that level, you need to recover, take time away, and it's a good reminder to all of us. Cassidy, I think you're benefiting from a little bit of downtime this week as well.
Yeah, this summer twice. So I'm not used to, when I coach boot camp, usually when I'm on site, I'm coaching. So I'm not used to doing it. And so when I transitioned to virtual, I've been doing the workouts. And then I don't really want to give up my own workout time. So I've been doing basically like double the workouts, intense workouts. And so twice this summer, my body has got very upset with me. And so I took that this weekend and decided to just take the week off and not do any intense exercise. And I just feel so much better. I'm not stressed out, and I'm considering it my working vacation. So I got like a bunch of my favorite snacks, and I'm not going to meal prep. I'm not going to worry about anything routine this week. And I'll work, but it's different, And so I feel like that little bit of freedom has been really helpful this week. But I think it was also good, like as fitness professionals, I think we forget that we need to stop and listen to our bodies too. And so it's good for our members to hear that we're also doing it and that we practice what we preach.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're working out with any type of intensity. I've talked about taking deload periods and active rest periods and stuff like that a lot especially with my members, but even on this CubeFit, CubeFit Ask the Coach, I've tried to tell people that whatever it is for you, maybe it's 3 weeks, maybe it's 4 weeks, maybe it's 6 or 8 weeks, that you need that period, that time of rest to kind of super compensate and not just physically, but mentally enjoy the process again. I think all of us have gotten to the point at some point where they're like, oh man, I'm dreading all of my workouts. I don't want to do this. It shouldn't get to that point. There should be times where it kind of sucks and you have to get through it, but then, you're back in the swing of things. It shouldn't be every single workout you're just dreading. So that's good to have real life examples like that, Cassidy. I appreciate that.
Sometimes
Well,
it's
as-
harder to do than to say, or easier to say than do.
Right.
True. So true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, like usual, this just flew by and it's 4:01 here.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I know. Really enjoyed both of our conversations this week on that. Tuesday was great talking about some squat cues and footwear stuff, and then lots of good random conversation today. So thanks everybody for joining. Hope everybody has an awesome weekend.
We'll see you next
Take
week,
care.
guys.
Yep.
Good one.
Thank you. Bye.